Lori here. I'm here today to do two spoiler reviews of two different novels. They are both the second book in the series. The first one I am going to talk about is The SpirtGlass Charade by Colleen Gleason. Again, this will be a spoiler review, so if you have not read it, don't watch this, but if you do want me to do a non-spoiler review, just comment below. This book is the second book in the series, and it follows Sherlock Holmes' niece Mina and Evangeline Stoker, who is the sister of Bram Stoker, and they get caught up in this mystery, and it's this girl in this book that believes she is communicating with her dead mother and her dead brother's spirit, when in reality these people think that she's literally just being like taken advantage of. And the whole book is super, super interesting. I really like this book. It was really interesting because it followed them, and the girls were not best friends in this book. They're still not best friends. They weren't best friends in the first book, but I think they're starting to respect each other. But they have a very combative relationship. I still really like the twist with Dylan, which Dylan is technically from the future, because I think that that's super, super interesting, especially because this book takes place in the 1700s, and things are so different from Dylan's 2015. So I think that that's really interesting to see the comparison between that and see Dylan's effect on the whole story. And there's still three guys in it. There's Pick, Dylan, and then Professor Grayland, or Inspector Grayland, who works as a police officer. But it was really, really fast paced. The ending is really interesting. It was revealed that Mina's mother was Evangeline's Evangeline's tutor that went missing. And as far as Mina knows, her mom is just missing, but now it's revealed that she has this connection. And this book also followed a lot about the vampire rebellions and vampires returning, and supernatural stuff that Mina is very against and Evangeline is very for. So that was another thing that kind of went between them. And also, the princess was more involved in this. There was an incident where Dylan saved the queen's life, which I thought was really interesting, and to see maybe the implications of that in the future. And then also, Miss Adler got kidnapped, and that really changed it. And then Dylan started working with the doctors to save people's life because he's familiar with surgery and stuff. But yeah, I really, really liked it. And once the twist was revealed at the end, I'm super, super excited to see where this book goes in the future. And the next book is due out in October, I think. And it's going to be apparently a 5-book series. These books are super, super short. But I just liked all the relationships. I liked the dual perspectives of following them, both of them, because I think that you really need both of their perspectives to understand the story. And they do have very different, they're just two very different girls. So I think exploring their lives is very interesting and see how they attack cases. But they are very, very different. And I don't think that's probably ever going to change. But I hope that they become a little bit more receptive to each other's ideas. But I really liked how Dylan was more initiated in it. And I also liked how there was more stuff that Mina and Evangeline could agree on and then disagree upon. But I did like how Evangeline was convinced that it was spirits and Mina was not. And it was they were both kind of right at the end, and that was kind of really, really awesome. So that is all I'm going to say about that. Check out my book light blogs. It's coming. School has been really, really hectic, so I haven't been doing book light blogs. Hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to put one up, so keep an eye on that. The next book I'm going to talk about is Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. I really love this book. I loved it. I just finished reading Mitosis, the short story, which is also by Brandon Sanderson. I gave that 5 stars. This is 5 stars. It was a great continuation to the story. Basically, I love David, the character in this book, but he is sometimes so, I want to, strangle him slightly, because he is just so determined. And eventually he was right about Megan, and I like that. But it caused a whole lot of drama, and the turn that Professor took, the dark turn at the end, was super, super scary, but I'm really excited for Calamity. This book was nonstop. Like it just went. And it's the way he writes. Like he writes a very, very fast-paced story. He builds really, really creative worlds and he builds really interesting, evil guys. But I really, really like the book. I love the new Reckoners that we met. I really, really like Mitzi. And I love the new Reckoners that we also met, and I love the whole ones that came. But yeah, it was the ending was a little bit intense. And it's just like this book was so filled with secrets. You never know who's really being honest with each other and who's not. But I did like the relationship that developed between Megan and David, because I thought that book one, you kind of got like half of it. But in this book, you did get the full of it. And I thought that that was really interesting. And you kind of like learned more about them. And Megan is still trying to help. So I really, really like that. And I am growing on Megan's character, but I did see the professed twist coming. I hope it's not that evil. I know he has already murdered some people towards the end of the book, which was so sad, but I'm excited to see hopefully that the reveal about Calamity and the reveal about what caused epics and creating new epics might be the answer of Calamity. And it's just such like a well-crafted world. I really, really like it. I love the main character of David. I just think he's funny and witty, and all like the big eyes are like so afraid of him because they're like, oh my god, you killed Steelheart. Like, what are you, crazy? What are you doing? How did you do this? So they're really, really terrified of David, and I like that. And I think that David is such this like geeky kid who is obsessed with epics, but he's becoming like a hero and he's infiltrating these epics. And I think that without Professor, I think it's going to cause him in the next book to really become a hero and really become like that person. But I loved the part when he was made immortal and he was given those powers and he did not take them. That really surprised me. Because he was allowed to become an epic and he didn't become it. And I'm just like, oh my god, what does that do to the world? What does that do to like these characters? Like they like literally have no control now. And I think that showed me that David really was a hero. And I really, really love that. So I was excited that that happened. I was so afraid for him for a brief moment. I love the characters. I love like all the bigger epics that we saw, and I love the interrelationships. It was a really, really great, great story, and it really made me excited for Calamity. I also really want to read more of Brandon Sanderson. I know that he has a few other series. I don't know, he has the Mistborn series and the Ritmist series, but so far I've really, really enjoyed these books. So if you guys have any comments, as always, comment below. Check out my Booklegs blog. I'll be putting up a review at some point, hopefully soon. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and have a very nice day, everyone. Bye!